Okay, we should be live now, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, we should be live now.
Yes, the audio sounds good. Just gonna get this bad boy set up in Discord, and then we will start. Alright, boom. So, for those who missed what I said in Discord a couple hours ago, we are only doing Week 4 today. I do not have time to do Weeks 4 and 5. Otherwise, I would. But I unfortunately don't have time. So, we're only watching one game today. We're only simulating through one week. That game, of course, being the Cougars and the Ravens. They won the poll pretty decisively. Pretty big AFC North game. The Cougars appear to be back in business. They're 3-0. And the Ravens are 2-1. It looks like their offseason moves might be working. What's good, Jack and Nick? How we doing? If you beat the Rams, you say you have a great chance of a division. I mean, it's only Week 4. I don't know if I want to get ahead of myself, but I mean, you guys have a better chance than the other 3 teams. What's good, Boomy? All right, I forget who's home. I think it's the Ravens. So the Cougars will be 1 and the Ravens will be 2. Siri, give me a number between 1 and 2. Siri is selected 2, so we will be using Baltimore. Boomy, if you would like to select your jerseys. Ravens, go, 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 team! Already got a win against Portland and San Fran. I mean, you're completing your kryptonite. You're actually winning division games. If the Cardinals win division games, then they can beat anybody. Because the 3 best teams in their eyes are the Rams, the Snowhawks, and the 49ers. Leave the Cougars both. You guys play them again Week 6? Wow. I guess that would be next stream. Huh. If this game is really good between these 2 teams, I'll have that on the Week 6 poll. How about that? Want to bet real quick? That's actually a good idea. Yeah, what Boomy does is picks his jerseys. I'll bet. I forgot to do it last week. Because I was in a rush. I was in a rush again here. But since I have like a minute, I'll do it. Who do I want to pick for this game? I don't know. We're going to pick the Cougars. Although I could see it going either way. Alrighty, I know Boomy probably already posted his message. I'm not actually, hold on. Let me look at the chat and do the uniform thing. And then as it's loaded, I'll finish my bets. All purples, okay. I guess that would probably be the color rush, yeah. But yeah, before kickoff, make sure to get your bets in, people. Alright, my bets are good. And hopefully I don't lose money this time like I did in Week 1. Smirnoff's not even really in his prime yet. He's like 24? Yeah, he's not even in his prime yet. I mean, he has just been... He's the MVP through 3 weeks. And it's not particularly close. I don't really want to be naming MVPs after 3 weeks. Wow, these Ravens jerseys look really cool in the rain. I'm not even going to lie. These jerseys were, like, meant to be worn in rain. You're slow with bets? Okay. I will allow them if they are in within the next minute. Unless somebody scores. Unless somebody scores. What's good? Poggers! No, looking at superstars. What do you mean? Like superstar rookies? I'm confused. I see Arnold, number 34. He's a superstar, but he's not a rookie. So here is the Ravens offense. They have their QB battle with Aaron Rodgers and Justin Herbert. Herbert played his first game of the year last week, and he was quite good. I think this is a good opportunity for the Ravens because we'll get to see Aaron Rodgers in one watch game. We'll get to see him in one sim game. We'll see Herbert in one watched and Herbert in one sim. So through 4 weeks, the Ravens really get the full package, I guess. From normal to superstar. Imagine if Smirnoff gets X Factor after this year. He would go from normal to X Factor within 3 seasons. That pass should have been intercepted. Oh, I forgot to look at the superstars. That was my bad. It's been a garbage start betting. I mean, it's just a guess. It's Madden, so you never really know. Hey, it's Arnold! He only gained 1, though. You like this camera angle? Yeah, I would say this is more realistic to the real NFL camera angle in an actual game than what it would be in Madden, like when you're playing. 3rd and 9. Look at all this time Herbert has to throw, and he capitalizes a deep ball for Traquan Smith. He had literally 10 seconds to throw it, and he didn't even get hit. What a clean pocket, and then nobody covered Traquan Smith. I mean, that is textbook awful defense by the Cougars. It does not get much worse than that. You said no pressure, and there's a receiver wide open downfield. I don't think the Ravens are complaining, though. There is Matt Breida for 9. Why is your stream on 720p 60 frames per second? Because the PlayStation 4 only goes up to 720. The PlayStation 5, I think for PlayStation 4 it's 720 60p on streams, and then 1080 on uploads. But for PlayStation 5, I think it's 1080p 60 frames per second for both streams and uploads. So once we officially have the OFL on next gen next year, that will be nice. Another dropped interception for the Cougars. Like to say, Smirnoff's hard work and your world-class training staff helped get Smirnoff here. I mean, if Smirnoff didn't go to Arizona, he probably wouldn't be as good. I don't know if that's coincidence or luck or whatever, but maybe he just happens to be a player who does really well in Sim. Like, Madden obviously has all sports games have players they like and dislike. Like, Jordan Love is one of Madden's favorite players. Maybe Smirnoff is like Jordan Love. I mean, they are kind of similar. Just Smirnoff's a little bit better. That ball went flying. Arnold should be the Ravens starting running back. Facts. Boomy, you better make that change until Gus gets back. And even when Gus gets back, we want Arnold. So a good start for the Ravens. They do score. You went to Miami, it would be different? Probably. And maybe Riley Painter's just someone who's not that good in Sim. I don't know. I almost kind of want to do an experiment with the OFL draft class because I do have them all saved and see where everybody goes probably on different teams and see if players like Smirnoff do worse and see if guys like Riley Painter do better. I think that would be interesting. That would be a fun stream. Like, instead of watching OFL, we just experiment. That would be fun. Arnold was before Duke. Oh, yeah, I forgot you signed Duke Johnson. That's true. Here's DR3, Daniel Romer III, who's been probably the best rookie quarterback so far. That doesn't say a whole lot because Mahomes has played like 1 game. And I don't think any other rookie QB has started. So there's not much competition in that category for DR3, but he has played pretty well. Gus was the only running back on your roster. Ouch. Well, what about Breida? You have Breida, Duke, Arnold, and Gus, who's hurt. Told you you're slow with betting. Oof. Oofsies. Gotta make them count, I guess. Obviously, Daniel Jones was quite good with this Cougars team for a few years. They let him go. I wondered if Jones was a fluke in the system. It looks like he was not. It looks like he's actually quite good. But we'll see if Daniel Romer III can somewhat replicate that. And of course, this team has a great run game. The Cougars ran for like 300 yards last week, including 200 by Joe Mixon. Really want to draft a quarterback for OFL 22 because you've never drafted your quarterback for the future? Yeah, you traded for Marquise Way last year. You didn't pick him, that's right. Except for you mean the fantasy draft. Yeah, I know what you mean, like the actual draft. That was a bad throw. Both quarterbacks have had shaky passes. Ravens have it back. Good start for Baltimore. Smirnoff is the first quarterback you fully committed to in a league, and for good reason. Herbert, this time he is under pressure and sacked by Derek Wolfe. Remember last year when we watched these two teams played and they both had like 10 sacks? Well, now there's two different quarterbacks and the offensive lines are a lot different, specifically for the Ravens, but yeah, that was certainly one of the more interesting watch games we've had this year. Third and 10. Can the Cougars get a quick 3 and out? No, they don't. A strike into the hands of whoever 85 is. Wow, thanks for showing me the face. Oh, it's Tyler Lockett. Okay. All the draft analysts called you crazy. Yeah, I think we all thought it was a little bit wild, but clearly it paid off. Clearly, I think it almost at this point goes without saying that Smirnov is better than Riley Painter. That doesn't mean Painter won't be a good player, but I think it's fairly clear now, a little bit over 2 seasons later, that Alexei Smirnov was absolutely the right pick. Alex Snow is on the practice squad. Yeah, Snow can't get another 3 sacks. That pass thrown away on first down. I was not looking. What happened? Gain of 6. Okay. Next OFL, you're moving to Dublin. That'd be cool. Have a team in Dublin. Have an Irish team. I know, that was a terrible Irish accent. Whatever. 3rd and 4, another sack for Sheldon Rankins. Question will always be, what if Painter went somewhere else? I guess, I mean, he was never supposed to fall to 5, to be fair. At the time, we thought you made a mistake. We thought Dallas made a mistake for picking the 55 overall X Factor, Quentin Pierre. And we thought the Steamers made a mistake because they picked Waltzy Snowman. And all 3 of those teams needed quarterbacks. The Sentinels at the time didn't need a quarterback, and they got a really good player in Tyrone Gordon. But now looking at it, Tua really ain't it. You think you already know the 5 teams you're going to have on your list? You guys are all really thinking ahead, moving to Toronto. I have no clue what I would want to do. I wonder if I want to relocate again next year. I don't know. I should be the Lions one year. That would actually be kind of fun. I almost picked the Lions for myself last year, but I didn't. That would be kind of fun, though. There's a nice sack for Levi Butler. One of the draft steals from last year. That'll do it for the first quarter. What overall is Pierre now? I think he's... Let me check. As of the latest roster video, I want to say probably close to like 70. I mean, he'll be a fairly highly rated player, but... And Dallas got an X-Factor quarterback last year in Matt Woodard, so it did kind of work out for them. But at the time, it looked like kind of a dumb pick. Alright, let me see. As of the last roster video, he was a... He was a 65. Ugh, okay. Maybe not as good as I thought. Octi should make me the Packers and so he doesn't have to see them in the OFL. Yes! Relocate the Packers! Want Smirnoff to make another quarterback to draft next year? That'd be cool. Chicago's offense has done nothing today. I was not expecting that. These guys ran for 300 yards a week ago. I mean, they should give Joe Mixon the ball more. That should be strategy number 1. And the Ravens' offense hasn't really been all that good other than that one play where they gained like 50. Too bad Matt Woodard's daddy is Caps. I guess so. Yeah, the Cougars... Hold on, let me see the exact number. I don't know if it was exactly 300, but it was very close. Who did they play again? I want to say they played like the Texans. I could be totally wrong. Here, let me check the schedule in Discord real quick. Another sack for Rankins, it looks like. I wasn't really looking at the screen. Alright, let me check the schedule that Nick has graciously put in at the beginning of the season. So the Cougars played... They played the Steelers last week. Okay. Alright, let me go to the Steelers. Herbert has all day again, and he throws a check down. The Cougars ran for 308 yards last week. Mixon had 202, and Carrion had 86. So over 300. What games are we watching? This is the only game we're watching today. I was originally planning on doing weeks 4 and 5, but I will not have time to do both weeks, so we're only doing week 4, and this is the only game we're watching. But we will still simulate all of week 4, obviously. 3rd and 11, a beauty into the hands of Traquan Smith. Has Ebukam done anything? Not that I know of. I mean, he hasn't really done anything today, and I haven't really seen him in the stat sheet, or at least I don't think he's done anything super notable. 5 teams that it's going to be: Cleveland, Jacksonville, Detroit, Tennessee, Houston. Take a wild guess on which team I'm not moving. You're definitely not moving the Lions. I'm not letting that happen. Oh, what a touchdown! Stretching into the end zone is Noah Fant, who already has 3 receiving scores this year, and the Ravens will get a 2-score lead. Wow, Baltimore has come out quickly out the gates today. I was a little bit skeptical of the Ravens headed into the season. I know we're only like 3.5 games in, but they look good. This team looks like they could make some noise in the playoffs. I think the question is which quarterback's going to be better for a run, Herbert or Rodgers? Boomy should have traded me Sanson when I asked. Not, I'm getting the Lions the hell out of Detroit. What's wrong with Detroit? If this is a sim, can we do another week? I would not have time. Otherwise, I would. You also ordered Marlon Humphrey. Thanks for Humphrey, by the way. So the Cougars get it back. Their offense has done both. They scored like 50-something points last week, too. Hold on, let me go back again. What was the number? These guys scored 52 points last week and ran for 308 yards. Today, they've done nothing. I mean, the NFL is a week-to-week league, but this is quite the drastic difference. 2nd and 3. There's Mixon. He doesn't really get much, though. Now it is 3rd and 1. Romer, short pass, it is caught. There's a nice play for, I think he is Cole Beasley? Whatever short white receiver would it be? Yeah, it's Cole Beasley. That's like the biggest play for Chicago all day. Play action fake. Romer under pressure somehow gets to Beasley. That defender could have made a play on the wall. But I guess not. The Cougars are actually doing something now. First down, Romer from the 37. Under pressure. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. They see Romer roaming. Yep. Looks like Austin Jackson is hurt for the Cougars. That's an oof. 2nd and 10. There's a sack for Derek Brown. A lot of sacks in this game. The Cougars have 3, and the Ravens have 2. Boo! Loud boos from Boomy. I don't think he's booing after that play. 3rd and 18. Romer has all day to throw now. Going to take a shot downfield. It's tipped, and why didn't 25 try to catch it? I mean, I understand that would have been pretty much an arm punt, but oh well. Brown will do that sometimes. Indeed. Indubitably. 4th and 18. Here's the punt. What a punt! It's only half of what a punt, but it still counts for Maggio down at the 10. So not getting the interception, I guess, didn't prove to be that much of a difference. Ravens can make it a 3-score game. in this half. That would be wild. You get Jacksonville moving them to OKC and the Bison. Lions moving them to Columbus and calling them the Explorers. Wow, you are getting specific with that in April. OFL 21, or OFL 21, OFL 22 probably won't start until like September. So, oh, look at Arnold with a nice run. Okay, there's a flag though. And it's a hold. F in the chat. Now it's 1st and 14. Damn it, Andres Pete. We got an Arnold nice run. Titans becoming the Oilers. That's a good choice. Yes. Now I kind of want to. I kind of want to be the Oilers now. I'm taking the Titans. Houston becoming the Austin Armadillos. Oh boy, that might be a safety. Herbert gets up, so he avoids the safety, and it's incomplete. But that's still a really good play. Just took 2 points off the scoreboard, and now the Ravens get to keep the ball because if Chicago got into safety, the Ravens would have had to have given them the ball. Plan is hopefully get the Texans and move them to Dublin. Yeah, but the Texans play in the South. It has to like make geographic sense. Like you could pick any team in the East or the North and move them to Dublin, but the Texans going to Dublin would not make much sense. The Ravens have ran it 3 times and they've thrown it 17. Good lord. 3rd and 10 up the middle. There's a nice first down. Will Chippendale get X Factor this year? Hopefully. I mean, if his numbers are good enough. Now from the 24, Herbert under pressure. He fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Cougars inside the 10. It's Smokey to Bud. What a guy. I think he was the one who got the recovery, not the sack. But still. How about that? Who is 75? I can't tell. Wow, a gigantic turnover. No challenge. And Chicago gets it out of the 7. Gonna let Octi choose which of the 5. Fun. 1st and goal. Oh, I thought that was intercepted for a second, but it is a touchdown. Cougars D-line is OP, clearly. Seems like whenever these two teams play against each other, there's just a bazillion sacks. And now it is 10-7. The sacks have been very inconsistent in watch games. There's either barely any sacks or there's a ton. Which I don't totally mind, but it's always been one or the other. It's not like both teams get 2 sacks. It's not like one gets 3, one gets 2. No, it's either both teams barely get any or both teams get like 6. Ravens still the ball and the lead, but that is a pretty costly turnover. He says, well, bye-bye, Jets. And then the chat for the New York Jets, who will become the Dublin something. Well, hopefully Madden changes relocation next year so we can have more options. Will they? No. Probably not. It seems like they're going to improve franchise. We obviously saw the leaked screen with, like, the coaching tree. But they're not gonna change relocation, are they? That'd be cool if they did. Have a stadium creator in Madden. Uniform creator, helmet creator. Stadium creator for a football game isn't as exciting as a baseball game, though, because baseball parks are unique, which is why I cannot wait to use stadium creator tomorrow. That's going to be a blast. Wonder what will happen if the pass coverage slider was at 0. Ouch, that'd be interesting. Why are the Royals leading the AL Central? I saw a statistic on Twitter last night. It said the only 2 teams who have not lost a series yet this year are the Dodgers and the Royals. I don't know how that's happened, but how about the Royals? Boomy, I need you guys to clap KC for me. How are we going to do coaching? I haven't even thought about that. Well, are they going to have real offensive and defensive coordinators? Probably not. I think we'll figure out a way. We'll figure out a way. Flat. His on base percentage is .550. Jesus Christ. Looks like he's finally developed into that top prospect that we all knew he could be. Ravens are down to 1 timeout. They're probably going to have to use it here. After they waste 10 seconds because it's Madden. Yup. However, Royals good. Well, just because they're doing good now doesn't mean at the end of the year they're going to have more than 70 wins. Like, teams are streaky in baseball. That's how baseball works. I was looking at the standings last night. The worst record in the AL is like 5-7. So, yeah, the teams are going to be fairly even at this point, and then records are going to start to break away. Are we going to be coaching trees if it's in a game? If that leak screen was true, which I guess we'll never know until the game comes out. Cougars going to run the ball. Oh, they're going to call a timeout. Now they think they can do something. And they won't. Okay.
That's the end of the first half with the score Ravens 13.
So that will do it for the first half. Ravens are looking good. Other than that one turnover, the Ravens have looked quite good. Thought you were surprised when you were leading the AL Central? I mean, that division's probably going to be the Twins over White Sox. Or Akil Baddoo is going to carry us. Will we be able to make our own offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator? I really don't know how it's going to work yet. So I don't know. Traded Markel Fultz and Wendell Carter for John Morant. Jeez, what a fleece. R.J. Hampton, Precious Achiuwa. And then Mitchell Robinson and Dougie McBuckets for Sexton and Nance. That's pretty nasty. Cougars more like Kitty Cats. Well, the Kitty Cats are 3-0. They're the only 3-0 team in the AL. In the AFC, wrong sport, but today they do look like Kitty Cats, yes. Wish Madden was more physics-based rather than relying on animations. Well, that's Madden. There are a lot of improvements that need to be made with this game.
Complete to Miles Boykin. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Cougars.
Solid move by Mixon. There's a flag. That looked like an early flag, so probably a hold.
Come on, man, come on.
Number 28, Joe Mixon.
Mixon loses 2.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. Brings up second down.
Madden 16 was when the game turned. Yeah, I remember there was like some clip that Moonlight Swami had, and like Darius Hayward Bay or someone made like some ridiculous catch, and that's when it was like clear that, yeah, this game ain't it. Madden 16 is probably my favorite Madden that I've played, though, to be fair. I really enjoyed that game. But, yeah, there were some plays there that were just not it. Don't think DR3 is going to throw 100 more yards than Herbert. No, I confidently bet no on that. And I'm very happy I did. I think I gave that at like $4. Romer, take the shot downfield, and it's incomplete. I thought he was going to catch that.
The pass intended for Gabriel Davis. Incomplete.
The Cougars took offense to that comment. They started to drive, and now they did not take that much offense. Oh, what a punt! Down at the 4. This punter's quite good. Aggressive catch was so glitchy. But it was fun. It was kind of fun. Madden 21, the most hated game on release? Probably. And Madden's just going to keep getting hated and tated until they actually make improvements, and deservedly so. I enjoy playing the game. I know a lot of people disagree. I've always had fun. I even had fun on Madden 19, and everybody hated that game. But Madden does have a lot of improvements they need to make at the same time. I've just found a way to keep it fun and interesting. Has DeAndre Hopkins done anything today? I don't think he's caught a pass. What's everyone's opinion on LaMarcus Aldridge retiring? For about 10 minutes, I was like dying laughing inside because I thought it was hilarious, and then when he actually revealed the reason, I understand. I hope he gets better. That's certainly some scary stuff. But for about 10 minutes, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Wow, Hopkins caught a pass. No way. Coaching tree would be huge additions. That seems like everyone's #1 like franchise request. There are a few things I would rather than coaching trees, like updated relocation. That's probably the biggest one. But I'm still happy they're adding it. I'm not as much on the coaching tree train as much as other people, but I'm still very happy that it's in the game. If it actually was. You hated 19. Everybody hated 19, except for me. Yeah, you're definitely not the only one there. New scouting. That's another one. Yes, new scouting. Updated relocation and new scouting. Those are probably my top 2 things that I want. 5 sacks for the Cougars. They are getting to the quarterback at a very fast pace. Bears #6. Zach Baun with 2 on this drive. You love 19. You and me both. And pretty much no one else. Okay. There were probably a few people who liked the game. But not many. Like Madden every year, even if it's just the new roster. Yeah, that's my exact stance. Like, Madden barely makes any updates. When people say it's a $60 roster update, they're not lying. But I still always find a way to have fun with it. Even if it is a $60 roster update. If they added all the things we have mentioned, you'd buy 22. I wouldn't blame it. If Madden franchise really actually cared and tried to build a great mode, obviously the reviews would be higher. And of course, more people would buy it, which means more money. Madden can still have their focus in Ultimate Team, but at least like put a little bit of effort in our mode. This is a bit of an underrated request, but you want the CPU to make trades. That's a good one. Yes. We need like we need draft day trades like NFL Head Coach 09. I never played that game, but for what I'm seeing, the draft actually looks fun. And there are actually teams who trade up and stuff. In Madden, you never see a CPU trade up. Never. We need that. That's a really good one. And then trades in general, we never see really good players being traded by the CPU. That's a really good request. #1 thing you want EA is to add coaching trees, but more importantly, a coaching carousel. Yeah, I feel like if you have coaching trees, you kind of have to have a coaching carousel with it. So I would imagine if they're having coaching trees, they're going to have a coaching carousel where the best offensive and defensive coordinators get hired as head coaches. It'd be cool if they like were able to get college coaches in the game. Like you could hire them. That'd be fun. If it's late in the 4th and it's an onside kick, you're leaving your room for a minute, you have a bad experience with that. Well, I mean, if you guys keep playing the way you are, I don't think it'll come to that. But on the flip side, Justin Herbert's been sacked 6 times. Boycotted, but then got it on Game Pass. I think a lot of people rightfully boycotted it this year. I mean, I did it for the content, but for people who did, I don't blame them. Because it's Madden, it's pretty much Madden 17 version 5. Boycotted Madden 21 because, yeah, they did not make any improvements to franchise on launch. They have had a few small updates this year, like the playoff bracket and the league history. Like, those are nice. Like, it records which teams players played for year by year. Like, those are nice. Those are good additions. But that's not something that moves the needle. And those weren't even out on launch, so. T-Birds will always have the Vietnam flashback. If there's a Hail Mary, yup. Here's Arnold. Okay. He actually got a nice gain of about 9. If you had coaching carousels in NCAA and NC13 and 14 on 360 for the PS3, how do you not have it on Madden for the PS5? Well, Madden's had so many good features in past games that they don't have now. So it's not just coaching trees. And then in different EA Sports games that's out currently in NHL, there's a full relocation customization option. Madden's a more popular game. Madden, more people buy Madden than NHL. That's a fact, I would think. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but more people are interested in football than hockey. That's just how it is. If you're going to have something cool in the franchise mode of the less popular game, you should have it in the more popular game, with the more popular sport. NHL 21 is better. I haven't really seen the scouting, but it's probably better than the basic stuff that Madden has. All we get from Madden is what they're good at and combines. We don't know anything that they're bad at. We don't know any storylines. We don't know any medical. We can't interview. Scouting could be so good. It could be so good in this game if they actually care, but they don't. Hell, even pass scouting was better, where you could, like, scout different attributes, so you kind of had a better idea of what they were good at and what they were bad at. Boomy, how many people buy NHL games expect you to know? Why? Because hockey is Canadian? Or there's a lot of hockey in Canada? You have scouts that you have to hire? Yeah, kind of like MLB The Show. I've always had MLB The Show scouting on auto, but it's still better than Madden. I just do manual scout on Madden because it's easy. I still want something that's, like, easy, but not as bare bones as what Madden has. And that'll make things more interesting for OFL scouting, for sure. Probably a little bit more time-consuming on my part, which isn't ideal, but it'd be worth it. You get player comps, potential ratings, as well, F to A grades on all skills. Yes, player comps is another good one. Player comps, college stats. That'd be nice. There's WHL, OHL, just NHL minor leagues, and then all parts of the world. I mean, hockey is probably a more popular worldwide sport than football. But there aren't, like, a ton of sports gamers outside the U.S. There are some, but there aren't, like, a ton. So maybe, I feel like the sale between hockey and football would be closer than we would think. But I don't know. Baltimore punches it in. They're now up by 2 scores. Watch a few NHL videos. It looks really good, but people say the rosters are buns. Well, Madden's rosters aren't much better. Europe has like 4 leagues. Russia has 3. Jeez. Auto-gen guy with great hands and a good shot. Boom. Patrick Kane comp. Is it bad that I know nothing about Patrick Kane's game and I'm supposed to be a Blackhawk fan? But Blackhawks are technically my favorite team, but I just don't care about hockey. If I did get back into hockey again, I'd probably root for the new Seattle team. Because that would just... That's actually not that bad of an idea. Like, I really don't have much allegiance to the Blackhawks. Although they were my team in the past, when I actually cared about hockey. Ravens, the Cougars have 24 rushing yards today after getting 308 last week. I just started an NHL 21 series about the... Well, I know nothing about the Blackhawks. The only reason why I haven't gotten the NHL game and I haven't started a series is because I don't know enough about hockey. Like, I can do football, basketball, and baseball series because I know a lot about those sports, but I know literally nothing about hockey. For the most part. Oof, comeback. Never mind. The comeback hope was short. I mean, it's only a 14-point game. I mean, I suppose we've seen crazier, but I wouldn't call it overly likely. Cougars are still technically tied for the 1 seed, though, even if they lose. Because they'd be 3-1. You'll teach me about hockey? Yes, I almost kind of want to get back into hockey. I don't know. That'd be interesting. Teach you about hockey. I can show you the dark side. Cougars going forward on 4th and 5. This is probably the game. If they don't get it, they're pretty much done. Romer, quick throw, and it is incomplete. Haven't watched hockey since the Caps won the Stanley Cup. How long ago was that? Like 2-3 years ago? Yeah, so the Ravens can just chew clock, kick a field goal, and I guess it would be sim time, because they'd be up by 3 scores. Major unfort. Shane Wright is the best prospect at 15? Jeez, how can you have like 15-year-old prospects? And the Ravens are still launching shots for the end zone. Not quite a sim yet. Once it becomes a 3-score game, which if the Ravens don't turn it over on this drive, they'll probably get to. They should just run the ball. What are they doing? Herbert's just taking nukes for the end. Okay, that time it worked. A beautiful deep ball, so I guess he heard me criticizing their plan, and it worked. So now it's sim time. I did not expect the Ravens to blow out the Cougars. I did not expect this in the slightest. So Baltimore is making an early statement here in the AFC North. This is not going to be a runaway division for the Cougars again. 28-7. Wow. How about that? So both teams are now 3-1. Connor Bedard is the current best prospect. He's like 14 to 15. Jeez, that's young. Like baseball, they sign international players at like 16, 17. That feels young, but we're calling 14-year-olds elite prospects. That just feels wild. The Ravens got like triple the amount of yards that the Cougars got. I mean, this game, score-wise, it was close for a little bit, but the Ravens were by far the better team. We don't even want Chalky on the Blue Jacks or in the playoffs. I always hear that playoff hockey is like really good. 24 rushing yards and 7 points after 308 rushing yards and 52 points a week ago. Ouch. Justin Herbert was really impressive. 353 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Nice completion percentage. Daniel Romer wasn't terrible, but he wasn't good. Arnold was the leading rusher. Hey! Joe Mixon barely got the ball. Kerryon did not get the ball. Noah Fant had a nice game. Tyler Lockett and Traquan Smith with all over 100 yards. DeAndre Hopkins was shut down, but the rest of the Ravens receivers all went off. A lot of sacks. 2 for Jenkins, Bond, and Rankins. 1 for Cantrell, O'Neal, Lattimore, Butler, Wolf, and Brown. Looks like Nick won't be watching much hockey. I take that the Blue Jackets aren't any good. Nearly no 20-year-olds are drafted in the NHL. Geez, like, in the NFL draft, 21 is young. So what, in the NHL draft, is 21 old? I mean, in the NBA draft, 21 is kind of old. But what a scrub. He only has 86 points. All right, I guess we can now simulate forward. See what happens here in week number 4. It looks like the Steelers lost and the Bengals won, I think. All right, let's see what happens. The Saints' undefeated season comes to a close. They lose to the Lions, 24-16. Both teams are now 3-1. So we've already had 2 undefeated teams lose today. So that means the only undefeated teams left are Arizona and Columbus. Le'Veon Bell's been really good this year. Holy cow, he had another 2 touchdowns. Max age is 20. Jeez. Losing to the Lions. Well, Lions aren't even that bad. They're 3-1. Still, losing to the Lions is never good for your pride. Because it's the Lions. Panthers put up 39 on the Sentinels. Nice. 29 in the 4th. So they were down 21-10 entering the 4th quarter. And they put up 29. Gee whiz. Baker did not throw a single touchdown. So what? Did J.K. Dobbins run for like 4 scores? No, Zach Moss did. He had 13 carries for 42 yards and 4 touchdowns. What a stat line. What a stat line. Leonard Fournette also ran for 2 touchdowns on 13 carries for 24 yards. Jeez. What an ugly stat line. That's not aesthetically pleasing. Like, under 3 yards a carry and 4 touchdowns. Ay. 3 sacks for Aaron Donald. It looks like Tua was the guy who Aaron Donald punched in the face in real life. The Snowhawks beat the Niners. Ooh. I think I gave the Niners $5. Yay. 19-17, Dak Prescott did outplay Kyler Murray. Nobody ran the ball well again. 20 carries for 31 yards for Miles Sanders. Van Jefferson with a touchdown. John Brown scores. Foster Moreau scores. Hold on. One of my iPads just died. I'll use the other one for the chat. And the other one's dead. Hold on. Hold on a second. Alright, let's get back into the chat before I miss something good. Wow, 5 tackles for loss for Lawrence and 5 for Onyemata. Jesus, that's a lot. But only 1 sack, yet a bazillion tackles for loss. What's good, Cobra? Welcome. Welcome. We have not seen the result of your game yet, but I imagine that will be soon. The Steamers beat the Eagles. Philadelphia is now 0-4. So it looks like the Eagles are going to be in early season tank mode again. They did put up a nice fight in the fourth quarter, though. Austin Buckley played well. So did Daniel Jones. They both were quite good. Nyheim Hines scores. King Horse with a touchdown. Michael Pittman scores as well, along with Nyheim Hines and Bryson Hopkins. Sacks for Josh Allen and Daron Payne, and an interception for Jalen Thompson. Eagles are clearly cursed. Mills is such a good drafter, but his team sucks. I don't get it. Bengals beat the Steelers 28-23. Mookie Gray was solid. Lamar Jackson was decent too. Both of them were pretty average. Yeah, the Eagles are just finding weird ways to lose. They haven't even been that bad. A lot of their games have been close. DJ Chark of a nice performance. Malachi Arnold played well. 2 touchdowns for Jonnu Smith and Wesley Gary. Gary's had a nice year. No pun intended with the 69 yards. There's real-life classes in the NHL. If only EA. Well, at least there's, like, you can make custom draft classes here. Eric Armstead with 3 sacks. Okay. What will today's upload be? Yes, today's upload will be Jags. You are correct. Texans beat the Colts 38-35. Wow. I see Russell Wilson has decided to no longer suck. Yeah, he threw 3 touchdowns. Goof is starting again. Did Apple make that change? I guess so. Saquon was pretty quiet. 5 carries, 7 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Ito Smith. What is with these weird running back stat lines? I don't get it. Shaq Thompson with a sack and a pick. Antoine Winfield also with 1. The Thunderbirds have won a football game, everybody. Believe it or not. 24-21 over the Packers. The 0-16 dream is no more. But Sam Darnold did go off. He threw for 3 touchdowns. Sam Darnold's been really good this year. The Packers have not been that good, but Sam Darnold has been quite impressive. Patrick Mahomes does throw 2 touchdowns in the win. Aaron Jones and Kareem Hunt have really not been all that good, surprisingly. Jamison Crowder was good. Quinn Waters with 2 touchdowns. Yeah, and Sam Darnold's doing so well with a bunch of nobodies as his receivers. What is a Gordie Howe hat trick? Probably 3 goals. It's probably not that. It's probably a trick question. But I don't know. Ooh, Titans beat the Dolphins by 1. 29-28. Did the T-Birds lose? They won. Riley Painter's hurt. I forgot. Josh Cox threw 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He wasn't even that bad. Teddy Bridgewater was fine. Not as good as he's been the past 2 weeks. Jose Morales was quiet. Philip Lindsay scores 1 fight win, 1 assist, and 1 goal. Fight win being the most important part. Preston Williams and Deontay Johnson were both really good. So is this Josh Cox guy better than Riley Painter? He might just be. Jeff Okuda, what a guy! Yeah, you actually won, Nick. Believe it or not. Congratulations on your participation medal. No, 29-28 is the Dolphins score. You won 23-20. No, 24-21. Sam Darnold carved up your defense, though. Bills had a bye week. Bucks had a bye week. The Bulldogs beat Dallas 35-0. So Dallas is just super inconsistent. Is that what it is? Deshaun Watson was not even that good. Matt Woodard was not that much worse. Both of them were very just average. Oh! Okay, that's why. Ezekiel Elliott, 218 yards and 3 touchdowns. How many rushing yards did they get? 306. So a week after the Cougars got 308, the Bulldogs get 306. James Rushing also had a nice day rushing. I'm sorry, I had to. So it looks like the Bulldogs just ran the ball down their throats. Teron Armstead allowed 4 sacks. So the Bulldogs were getting sacks like crazy, and they were running like crazy. Jimmy McKee has been a really good pick. And Bradley Chubb also had 2.5 sacks. The undefeated season stays alive for the Caps. They are now 4-0. They beat the Pats 23-17. Looks like most of the scoring was done in the first half. Carson Wentz with a perfect passer rating of 69.0. He was shaky, though. Kenneth Hawthorne was also shaky. Todd Gurley was solid. Darius Geis, yuck, scores. Stephon Diggs with a pretty nice game for Columbus. So if the Cardinals lose, that will mean that the Caps, for the second straight season, would be the last undefeated team. That's pretty impressive. Mike Hughes did get 2 interceptions, though. No, the Cardinals win! Look how many points the Cardinals have scored in all their games. 41, 31, 31, and 37. Yeah, Alexei Smirnov is insane. 200 rushing yards for Arizona as well. Thunderbird's poverty franchise. 4 touchdowns for Alexei Smirnov. He is insane. Keith Priolio was pretty shaky. Alvin Kamara was quite good as well. Yeah, is anyone going to stop Arizona's offense? 2 touchdowns for Devontae Adams, 1 for Darren Waller. Nobody is stopping this offense. Nobody. Alexei Smirnov is a goddamn machine. I don't know how else to put it. Chargers hit a bye week. Chiefs lose to the Diablos in overtime. They outscored us by a lot, though. Scooter Young Jr. with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions despite the loss. Phil Chippendale was decent. Josh Jacobs was pretty good. That's nice. Scooter had 4 total touchdowns. Wow. Good for Scooter. Calvin Ridley was impressive. Juju, Kirk, Fox, Tack Shoddy, Hawkinson all score. Okay, wild card exit. There was a violation. I think he was saying that to Jax, for what it's worth. I don't think he was saying that to you. Sacks for Garrett, Barrett, Allen, and Connor Hoover. And an interception for Taylor Young. Colts lost. Cougars lost. Dallas got creamed. We won. Dolphins lost. Eagles lost. Niners lost. Jags had a bye week. Jets beat the Raiders 30-17. It appears that the Jets are actually going to try in the regular season this year, unlike last year. Matt Ryan, 2 touchdowns. Zachy Colbert has had a really good start to the year. He's had a quiet good start because the Raiders haven't been all that impressive. But Colbert's been really darn good. Derrick Henry with a nice game. Gregory Chance scores 2 touchdowns for A.J. Brown on 7 catches. Cool. This is the start of the 13-game win streak. You wish. 1.5 sacks for Olivier Vernon. How did Memphis and Detroit do? They both won. Yeah, Memphis won, and then Detroit did too. Is that everybody? Yeah. That looks like everybody. Alrighty. Smirnov's definitely the MVP favorite. Yeah, well, I do want to see Smirnov's stats real quick. I want to see the passing stats. I don't have time to go through all the stats, but we will go through passing stats real quick because I am curious. Darnold leads the league in yards. Smirnov is second. I imagine he leads in touchdowns. Yes. Do any starting quarterbacks have 0 interceptions? Jameis Winston, Justin Herbert, and Deshaun Watson are the only ones. And Herbert technically doesn't even really count because he's only started 2 games. There might be a trade soon. What? Yeah, there's been some great quarterback play by some guys. Others, not so much. Russell Wilson. Matt Woodard. Players of the week were Ezekiel Elliott, Aaron Donald, Scooty Young Jr., and Shaq Thompson. No surprises there. So Smirnov is on pace to throw for 52 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. That's pretty good. So the only undefeated teams left are the Cardinals and the Caps. The only winless teams left are the Patriots and the Eagles. I think I got both of my $5 bets wrong because the bonus bet was that of the 4 winless teams, 2 of them would win. I figured the chances of exactly 2 winning were unlikely, and 2 won. So, yay. Yes, injuries after, of course. AFC North, we're going to have ourselves a bloodbath between the Ravens and the Cougars. South, Jags currently on top. Texans, Titans close behind. Jets comfortably lead the East. In the West, we are in first place. In the North, the Lions are on top. In the NFC South, Carolina and the Saints are tied. Bucks right behind. In the NFC East, the Caps are 4-0, but it looks like they will have competition as the Bulldogs have allowed 45 points through 4 weeks. Wow. It was one winless team. Oh, I thought it was 2. Oh, yay. Okay, $5 for me. NFC West, Cardinals are 4-0. Everybody else is 2-2. All right, injuries. Any big injuries this week? Grant Delpit, that's new. He's out 6. Philip Lindsay, compound foot fracture. He's done for the year. That's definitely new. Lorenzo Carter, I don't know if he was hurt. Matthew Wiley, excuse me, he's out 4 weeks. We never get injuries. I don't get it. How are we so lucky? Marlon Mack, complete PCL tear. That's significant. Wow. Okay, so Marlon Mack is a big deal. EA loves you, that's why. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right, let me take a look at the Week 6 schedule because next stream will be Weeks 5 and 6. We already have the Week 5 poll up, but we don't have it for Week 6. Lions Steamers is a good game because they are in 1st and 2nd of the division. Cardinals Ravens, I like that. That's fun. Eagles Pats, the Tank Bowl. The battle of the only winless teams. We need to see the Tank Bowl. Saints Bucks is a good game. Chiefs Chargers is a good game. Packers Raiders is interesting. I kind of want to see Green Bay. I want to see Sam Darnold. Panthers Texas isn't bad. Snowhawks Caps is pretty good. Dolphins Jets possibly. I don't know about the Dolphins, but if Josh Cox is legit, then maybe. But alrighty, hope everybody enjoyed. I know we only went through 1 week, but still a fun week of OFL action nonetheless. And the next 7.5 hours are going to be very long for me because I cannot wait till midnight. So hopefully they go fairly quick. Hope everybody enjoyed. I will see you guys next time.